Sit back, relax, enjoy this conversation. Triple dose, yeah, we playing on your station. Pick a topic, we're having raw conversations. Sometimes we be so lost in the translation. Laughing, joking, but you know what we're saying. Kick back, relax, your video is playing.
I have a pretty good question for you, but first let's take these.
Click, 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 click.
Ash ain't thirsty today.
I know, right?
I make the same face even still. Okay.
Cue it for your ass.
So the question I have is, do you live up to your zodiac sign? What is your zodiac sign?
Me, I'm a pimp.
Right.
And yes, I do. No, I'm a Virgo to the core, to my DNA, bloodstream. I'm a Virgo. Period. I live up to it.
Everything.
I'm not gonna let my people down.
What do you
Yes,
say?
I'll answer for her. She is a Gemini and crazy as shit. Yes.
No,
You are crazy and zen. All in one.
But I don't think the stuff that they be saying sometimes just they go a little extreme.
Geminis are
comes
kind
to
of in denial
Gemini.
too.
No, but I'm not. I feel like there are some Geminis that are crazy as fuck, but you have to learn how to control that, and not all of them know how to control their mood swings.
Right, but do you have the capability of being crazy
Gemini.
as fuck? Because that's what we need to know.
I plead the fifth.
I was gonna say, wow, Geminis are liars. I never thought that.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I live up to mine. What about you?
Me, I'm a Baptist.
Right. I'm a Baptist.
I'm a Pisces, and I believe I do. I believe I act a little old, a little moody, and secretive
I
a
think
little
all
bit,
of
but not sneaky. A little personal, very personal with some things, but
and could get bossy. Yeah, you're.
But I
you're a
think
Pisces.
all of our signs are kind of mean if they want to be. Like we can
Oh, I
be
think,
mean if
yeah.
we want to be.
for sure.
Because there are some signs that are just kind of like pushovers a little bit, and then there are some that are just when they
We're not
want
the
to be mean, they want to be mean.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
there's
I mean?
nothing you can do to change that. I agree.
No.
I know how to be mean.
And just to clear things up, it is not two personalities, because it's not two personalities that you
It's
have.
split,
It's just you have two different thought patterns, and
which make two different people.
no, it doesn't. No, because there's the good thoughts and then there's the bad thoughts, and you have to choose which thoughts.
And when those come down and there's the devil on one shoulder and angel on the other,
Girl,
there's
bye.
two different
I'm
personalities.
flicking that one off. No.
And that one's coming back hanging on to
Right.
your head like that.
Right. Yeah, I don't agree with the two personalities.
I do. But okay. I can agree to disagree.
Right? I said no.
Or is that Gemini coming out?
Stupid,
right. Okay. This is something I've been seeing on social media.
Mhm.
Do you think a woman should propose to a man?
No. Next question.
No, why not?
Why? Here's the thing. I would prefer it to be like a mutual understanding, like we're gonna get married and we talk about it and we agree to that. Then that's cool. But I'm not proposing. I'm just not doing it. Because here's the deal. I want the ring. Okay? I want the proposal, and that's how I want that to go down. And then too, like, there are certain areas and it can be for somebody else. I'm saying specifically for me.
Right.
I am traditional in some areas where I feel like it just let a man be a man. Because 10 times out of 10, if you're asking him to marry you, he don't want to marry you. You putting that man on the spot like that.
He kind of
Most of the times, women are ready to be married before the man is. You just like, oh, I'm gonna wait, give him his time to propose, and that's how I feel with my personal self. So I can't speak for everybody, but I just feel like if I have to ask you to marry me, we probably ain't gonna last. You're gonna be doing you, and I'm gonna be doing you too. And who's doing me?
Yeah.
That's not gonna work. So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, because I think women kind of are easier to commit faster than a man would, and I think if you were to ask, I wouldn't think that he would say no, but I think it would just be like, let me go ahead and marry this girl versus this is who I really, really want. You know what I mean? Because I agree with you on the mutual, because that's pretty much how we got engaged. We sat and talked in the room, and then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah, like, I'll marry you in a couple months. And I was like, really? And we literally had a conversation and said, okay, we're getting married. The next day I went and bought my dress, and then he proposed afterwards. So it was like so backwards. But no, I'm not proposing to no man.
I also think that a lot of the times when a man is backed in a situation like that, and excuse me, because that's pressure. But I feel like in that situation, it's already bad enough. A lot of men propose out of fear of losing a woman. A lot of them don't propose.
Mine wanted me.
Not all of them.
Mine wanted me.
Not all of them, but I feel like sometimes men propose because they know if not, the ship is gonna sail. And so then they like, you know, or it's a situation where she got all his kids and he don't want child support, so now he marries her. You know, there are so many different avenues to it that I just personally feel I feel like it gives me even playing field for you to ask me, because if you get the cutting up, motherfucker, you can't bother me and ask me to marry you.
Right, that's true.
So now, I mean, you don't have that if you want to ask me like, shit, you asked, I said it.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah,
So
no,
that's.
I agree.
How do you feel about that though? Because I have
Thinking about popping the question.
No, hell no. No, I believe exactly what y'all saying. Really, he's not ready.
She said, "Really,
really, he's not ready. If you have to ask him, he is not ready. Because
a
you're
man
not
knows what
gonna
he
get,
wants."
I mean, they can ask you and still not be ready.
True,
but for you to ask him, I feel like you're setting yourself up, and then you're like taking his manhood.
That's what I say. That is a man role,
and I could be wrong. I mean, you know, but. I do feel like, you know, that's a little too masculine.
I think it's too forceful.
I'm already so dominant in all the areas of my life, so let that man be a man at least right there.
Women already want what they want.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's the one thing that is supposed to be up to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that you have to say yeah when he asks, but
that's true.
You know what I mean? But I feel like that should be up to them, because I would think they would tend to do better.
Yeah,
you don't
because that was their choice. Like they put
Yeah.
that thought into it. Like, this is what I fully
Well,
want.
then it also shows you what he thinks of you.
Mhm.
If he's been with 1,000 women and he decides to
that's
say,
true.
and not because he's trying to fix all the bad things he's done. We're not talking about those proposals.
Yeah,
We're
that's
talking about
different.
actual
A real proposal.
He's in love with you and he decides, this is what I want to do. I'm hanging up my card.
But do you think is it's just them trying to change the narrative, or like maybe they just really didn't want to wait? Because I would be trying to watch, like, maybe she was just really in love, but at the same time, I feel like maybe she just didn't want to wait for him, and she kind of rushing it, like, I'm finna ask you to marry me. You know what I mean? I be wondering the reason why.
Desperate.
I don't know. To me, I don't know. I've never
got far.
I've never
But I
been
would
in a
think-
place where I'm like, I'm gonna ask this nigga to marry me. Like, I don't think I've ever even. That's never even crossed my mind, because, like I said, as
Russian
good as I can
like
be
she's
and as
trying to
wild as
keep
I am,
him.
like you're trying to save, like pull him in so he can't go and do nothing else. But here's the thing: if you force somebody, man or woman, and they not ready, you gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest lie you can tell in the world, or the most hurtful lie, is the one you're gonna tell yourself. So
Girl,
why
that's a
even?
Facts.
Why even push it like
But
that?
I feel like it goes back to, like, some things just have to be kept, like, just like an old school thing.
The traditional way.
Tradition.
Yeah.
It's tradition for him to go ask for a ring. If you got a daddy that gives a fuck, ask your daddy or whoever. Sometimes they don't. You don't have to do that, but I mean, that's the steps to them taking steps to their manhood. Like, this is what I'm choosing.
Yeah, it's
versus
like
it
them
being
when they
chose
start
for them.
growing. That kind of shows where they are.
Because what does he do? Oh my God, girl, she picked the girl. How does that work? Like, as a man, like, bro, she proposed, dog. We can't believe this. Like, how does that work? Like, we gotta go pick out the tuxes. Like,
yeah,
the energy with that is a little different, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I'm traditional in that way.
I like, oh my God, yeah.
I can't believe
Yes,
like,
I've been waiting for this.
you like, yeah. Like, I mean, it seems weird, but
right.
I've seen a couple of them.
I've seen a lot of it.
Kind of awkward.
It is awkward,
Like,
and
the
I
guy
don't
kind
want
of
to see it.
seemed awkward. Like, the woman's down on one knee. Like, you're just,
I'm all
doing too
for,
much.
and I'm gonna probably get backlash for this, but I'm all for, like, equal rights to certain things, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like there are roles as a man that, to me, I will always allow a man to have that role.
Right.
I don't want to be that. It's too much. Like, just be a fucking lady, cross your legs and wait for your turn, bitch. I don't know, but I just feel like, for me personally, I just have a old school spirit when it comes to that. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
forcing
me
no
too.
hands.
Because I think like
yeah.
it's almost like not everything has to be routine, but like he comes to you, he asks you to marry him, right? You say yeah. And then it's like you start planning the wedding, y'all start doing that together. Like you took that one thing that men usually get, because they usually don't plan.
They don't get much.
You kind of took that from him, so now he's just in there like, I mean, really, like,
he like, I got my ring.
yeah.
Now you waiting to get your band on wedding day because you want to be the man. He's sitting here with his band, like, yes, a couple carats. Like, how does that work? Like, I just don't know.
Yeah,
I just feel like it to me, and I can't be a man, but I thinking if I were a man, that would be demasculating.
Yeah.
Like, girl, get your ass up off the floor. You better see your panties in your dress, girl. Get up. Like, I mean, how does this? I don't know. It would just vex me. I don't think I would ever want to even be there for friends who want to do something like that. Like, just don't do it. Don't do it. We can't be friends if you want to do that.
Yeah, because in the back of my mind, I'd be like,
This bitch.
What if he said no? As the woman, because you're probably, if you're proposing, like you're putting all in. It's already odd as hell.
Well, it's odd for a man to propose to a woman because she can say
what
no.
I'm saying.
So to be a woman, he like, no,
but your odds are already totally different, as you know,
Yeah.
compared to a man proposing to a woman.
And my thing is, he hit you with that Dr. Dre, like, I'm gonna love you one day. Then what? Like, wait,
Right.
what are we doing? I just said marry me. He's like, no, I can't. He runs off. Like, I don't know.
Maury.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a heavy.
Yeah, that and the thing is, because
That's a good question.
I imagine that too. Like you down. I mean, do you do a big party? Do you got his friends there, and you're down on one knee, and
That would
he's
be
not ready to commit? Because it takes men a lot longer, and it takes them to get some shit out their system.
And don't let him be hood because his homeboy's gonna be like, oh, like no,
Yeah.
running out of
I
here
think,
disaster.
I think
Like,
it's
just too
I
much.
think you're embarrassing them.
I think it's even different if you guys are like laying in bed and you're like, babe, we should get married, and he's like, yeah, we should.
But that's mutual.
It's an agreement.
still
Like
different.
that's what I'm saying. Like
But
you might
babe, we should
suggest
get
it.
married is kind of saying I want to be married.
I'm available when you're ready to ask.
Yeah, that's
Let him
totally
know.
different from y'all. You go take him out on a date and pop the question
In the middle of like a restaurant. Imagine that.
Because I seen a lot of them, the videos that I was seeing, and they were actually like out in public, and,
Oh man.
in their dresses, and one was even pregnant. And she was down on one knee.
A shotgun wet. Oh, she said you gonna marry me. You done got me pregnant.
So, question.
No.
To piggyback off of that, what do you feel about the people or women, men, whatever, giving an ultimatum? Like, you have to marry me, or like, because for me, I would say, like, I don't feel like it was a ultimatum. Like, we talked about it and stuff, but we had decided mutually that if we were going to live together, we couldn't live together unless we were getting married. Like, that was something that we both agreed on. So I don't really feel like it was, but at the same time, I kind of
That's not really.
I was gonna say, yeah.
To me, it's not really. That's not really an ultimatum. Y'all just had y'all's mind made up, and that's what y'all both wanted.
Yeah.
So it worked out. More to me, I would think like an ultimatum is, you know, he's or she ain't really been doing what they want to do, and you like, if you'll marry me, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Like you're forcing them to either marry you or they have to get away from you. You know what I mean? I guess maybe more or less that person, you know, really that person's not ready, but you are. So you're forcing them to do what you want them to do.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. But
Yeah.
I think if y'all both agreed and it's like, no, we know for sure, like we want to be married. This is what we want to do. That just sounds like y'all on the same page to me.
Right.
So I'm okay with that.
Because I feel like just the whole overall thing, it wasn't like a time limit. Like it needs to happen in order, you know, this, and this, and that. Right. Like it wasn't a time limit put on it. It was just like if at the time you was trying to come and you wanted us to live together, I felt like the only way that's happening is to get married. I'm not shacking up no point. But that's how I felt, and he agreed with it, and it ended up happening fast. But it wasn't like it needs to happen right now in 2 days or we done.
Ultimatum is just
still
that
together.
one person.
Right, we're still together.
I feel like, ultimatum
No, I was not
is
pregnant.
period, because that was the rumor. No, but I feel like, okay, I wouldn't necessarily say ultimatum is acceptable. I feel like you have a right to say what you will and won't accept in a situation. And if you know that you're ready to be married and you don't want to just have a boyfriend for 5, 10, 15 years, and you know, okay, let's say, for example, in your case, you wanted a boyfriend for a year. And you knew after a year, you were like, I know in a year if we're going to get married or what we doing.
Right.
So I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with saying that to a person. Like, well, I would like to be married in X amount of times. And that can be a beginning conversation. That could be the end of a situation conversation.
Right.
But I don't feel like to say you have to marry me or I'm leaving. I don't feel like that's the case. But you have a right to move on if you want something and that person is not giving it to you.
Right.
So I don't think you should do it in an ultimatum.
Like demanding.
Yeah,
You know what
no.
I mean?
Demanding.
Like demanding
Okay.
that person
Yeah.
in my book. And
Okay.
I think that's very unhealthy because that's
Well,
how
because
your
then you get a
situation
person
is
who's
gonna
not
be built.
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they really
Yeah.
don't give a shit. And then when you say something to them, like, you wanted it.
Yeah.
I gave you what you wanted.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? You knew what it
And
was.
then that's when
You
you
knew
call
it
the
was.
police because bitch, I'm finna tag you back.
Right.
No.
Dang, toe tag.
Go ahead. All right, y'all. Go ahead. Call the police.
No, I just wanted to know.
But yeah, I think
Fine.
it's okay to create that fine line to just say,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I'm expecting from this relationship. I don't want to date you forever and have you be, that's like having a situation where it ain't even gotta be marriage. You want to live with your boyfriend. You don't want to have a situation where he live over there and because I don't mind shacking up. Okay, I didn't mind.
Right.
But I never lived with a man like that, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe I would have mind. But I feel like even if it's something simple as that, like okay, after a year, nigga, we need to be living together. I'm at your house. We wasting rent money.
Right.
However you see fit,
I need that rent money.
So
Something
right,
makes
I need you to pay these
sense.
bills.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Right.
I don't feel like it's anything wrong with setting the boundaries.
Correct.
Mm.
Okay.
And that's not an ultimatum. Like T said, an ultimatum is you marry me by June 1st or I'm leaving. Okay,
Or I'm
adios,
not.
amigos.
You're the only way you can be here. They might not even leave. You telling them that, and you're really not even gonna do anything.
Yeah, but you're just
not
trying to
gonna
force
leave.
it.
You just want what you want. You don't care.
Well, it'd be a goddamn shame he come in like, it's June 1st, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, you done gave this man June 1st, what bitch is doing?
Now you said
Okay,
to the 30th. The 30th.
I said the
You got
31st.
some good questions today, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming
Let's
with
see
that
what else
heat.
I
Better homework.
got. What age do you think kids should start dating?
I think it's all in when you feel your kid is emotionally ready for that. Because I personally feel like with dating comes a whole lot of shit. Boy and girl drama. So if your son dating a bunch of girls, they fussing and he all that.
Right.
Your daughter is the girl calling Miss Jenkins about her son. I really think
I never was a mom
personally-
caller. I hated being a mom
me
caller.
either, because I cuss my mom out. But me personally, I feel like I would be okay if my kids decided not to date until they were out of high school. That's not realistic, but I don't feel like, they should start so young because you got a whole life to get your heart broken, right? Like,
Right.
why start when you're just so fragile and still my kid and I'm going to want to
Right.
fight the other kids? I personally feel like I started too young dating.
Right.
Like, I wish I would have waited until I was 27 or something. Like,
Girl.
no, not 27, but just a lot older and more mature because I was like a suit because it was raining. Bitch.
I was way crazy.
You mean because it was raining?
Right.
Not- But I feel like I started dating too young and was exposed to too much too fast.
Right.
Too much too fast, and so I just feel like there is no age. I really think it's the level of maturity because
So you think if you have a mature 12-year-old?
ma'am, no. Anything
Okay,
after
but you
say
know,
no age.
I
I say
Because
after
there's some little
16.
12-year-olds that's like little.
Well, I mean, like after
Or-
16 and then the level of
Okay.
maturity. Because 16,
And see, I think
they want a little
completely
prom
opposite.
date and whatever. I don't think they should be. Now, I do allow my friends to talk. I mean, my kids to have friends of the opposite sex, but I don't consider that dating.
Right.
So,
Right. And see, I think I'm completely opposite. And the only reason why that is because it's like, I think that when they start dating, when they're hitting 16, 17, you kind of get in the cusp of 18. You know what I mean? But like that 15, 16 area, still kind of cusping 17. I feel like no matter how mature you think that them kids are and how we were, because I feel like we grew up way faster than what our kids did.
right.
So I think a lot of kids, they portray to be mature, but when it comes to relationships and that opposite sex, motherfucker, we 30s and we still ain't mature. You know what I mean? In my opinion,
Yeah.
because I feel like for me, you're gonna like boys. You're gonna look at boys. You're gonna play, haha, that's my boyfriend at school. Because if I find out, it's a problem. And the only reason why is because I feel like you got so many years ahead of you to date and deal with the bullshit. At least focus on schooling and decide what you want to do with your future, because I feel like when you start dating that young, your future be fucked up. You be so wrapped up.
That's
into
what I mean.
boys.
Like, we started young,
right? You be so wrapped up into boys or girls or whatever. I feel like the path that you might have went on, if you wouldn't have started that early, might be better than the one that you got. You know what I mean?
See, okay, but then with that, I kind of, just to kind of add to that, like, I agree with that to some extent, but then I kind of straddle the fence, because if you're gonna let your kids go out and hang with their friends or drive at 16 and things like that, I'd rather have the open dialect with my kids, to have the conversation for them to say, I'm liking this boy, I want to spend time with this boy, because they're gonna do it anyway.
But that's different from them actually being able to date, because I feel like even now, she's 13, finna be 14, and she has crushes and she likes boys.
Yeah,
but I don't feel like I mean, don't get me wrong, kids sneak and do all type of shit.
Yeah.
But me as a parent, I'm not gonna be like, no, you better not. But I feel like if you have a good enough relationship with your kid and you explain to them and try to give them a better understanding as to why it's too early for you to be dating, then I think kids can make it without dating.
Well, I don't believe that.
You know
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that they can't.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with
but
that.
I think
Kids
it's
can
the
get through
parents.
high
I
school
think
without-
if you're a free parent and you just like, yeah, they're gonna do it. If you're a parent that's like them, you could talk on the phone, but dating isn't for you.
Yeah,
prom,
that's
maybe get you a little friend, find you somebody who maybe want to take you to prom, but straight up dating.
But even prom, you're starting to be 16, 17,
18, depending on how early you
your
go.
junior year.
Yeah,
and
but
your
I
senior
think
year
some of these kids
when
is
you're supposed
15
to
and
go to
16
prom.
and motherfucking in love and shit. That's too much.
That is too
To
much,
me.
because then they don't want to go off to college. They don't want to leave little Timmy or Shanika or
yeah,
whoever.
because I think it messes
you know?
up everything. Academically, you too busy trying to be at his house instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. You supposed to be in the sport, but you skipping your sport to be over here doing God knows what.
But I also think if you had your kids in more activities and kept them busy, like, okay, well, when you ain't in a sport, you're going to work a little job. When you ain't working a little job, you're going to babysit for the neighbor.
Right.
Like, keep them so busy that they not even thinking like yeah, they might see little Timmy and he's cute and, oh, he walked me to my locker, he walked me to my car after school, whatever, that's fine. I'm with you on that. Like, I don't even care if you tell motherfuckers he's your boyfriend. When it comes to me, you don't have a boyfriend. You don't have a girlfriend. Because Kai been dating since first grade. And they call. Them little girls, they call, they write letters. They do it all. So,
But I really think it's all in what you inbred in your kids, because if you're not teaching your kids to look for other things better than just another person to make you happy, because that's all it is. You like, whatever. I'm not expecting you to walk through the halls like, I can't see these fucking boys. No. Look at them, talk to them, enjoy, but understand that there's more in life than just trying to be with another person. Like, figure out yourself first. Once you figure out the things that you know that you do and don't like, or willing or not willing to accept, then I think you won't go through as much heartbreak. I think it's gonna happen, but you ain't gonna be out here with 4, 5 boyfriends.
So what's that, like 18 for age? Because we talking about age.
I feel like
18.
out of high school. I don't give a fuck if you graduated early and I feel like once you're out of high school and you've kind of started making decisions of what you're gonna do with your life, then I think it's good for you to
enter
really
a different realm. That's why I said 18.
When you do it so young, it's like, I don't give a damn. When you get that taste, it's like a drug. You so hooked on that, it's like you can't focus on nothing else.
And
you
then
stop hanging with your friends.
Everybody else is doing it, so you feel left out.
Right, and then half the time they don't even want to do it. They just doing it because you see
they want to fit in. Yeah, that was me.
Right,
my friends was doing it. I was like, all right, come on, let's go.
Like, I want
bring a friend for my man.
What that be like? Right.
Bring a friend for my man. I'm sitting there with the man. Like, how'd I get him? No, but I think it's important to. I say wait as long as you can wait.
Yeah. But
and not even just sex, but even with dating, because it does cloud your judgment. You trying to make life decisions, but little Cleroy, you can't leave Cleroy, and now you done missed the opportunity for something good.
But I say it's all in that open dialect too.
Yeah.
Like understanding, letting your kids understand that they have a safe place to come, and you ain't got to be sneaky and do all of that.
I can't stand a sneaky motherfucker. Like, that shit, that's a whole nother subject. But I'm stuttering and shit. Sneaky motherfuckers make me sick.
Right.
Oh, I can't stand a sneaky motherfucker.
Okay. The next question is, what would you say is the best part of being an adult? Everybody always says going backwards if I go back, you don't want to do this, it gets a negative rap.
You know, I think
better things.
The same thing I love about being an adult is what I hate about being an adult. It's because I get to make decisions for myself, but sometimes I be mad I made the decisions. Or just having the freedom to do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that about being an adult, because sometimes you don't get shit done because you're an adult and you don't have to do it. It can be something that's saying, I'm a meal prep.
Yeah.
Right.
And you start out the week strong, and first week you meal prep, everything goes good. Second week, you go hanging out with your friends Saturday night, you're hungover Sunday, you don't meal prep, okay? Because you didn't have to.
Exactly.
So I think the same thing I love about being an adult, I hate.
Yeah.
And that's just freedom to do what the fuck you want to do.
I would have to agree. I think the one thing that's probably kind of like she said is like, it's good that you can make your own decisions, but some of them decisions you don't want to make them because you know that it's like, I did this.
Yeah.
If I choose the wrong thing, now I got to deal with it. But at the same time, it's like, I ain't gotta ask nobody. I'm making this choice, so it's kind of
I'm grown.
Kind of that Gemini's that two double.
No, ain't no two doubles.
Yeah. I'm talking about thinking, not
girl, bye.
Girl, not
definitely
thinking.
Personality, sweetie.
No, so how we get.
What you think?
Right, I feel like we on a motherfucking talk show. She ain't said
well,
that.
I kind of agree with y'all.
You all the motherfucking topic, or
you know what I'm saying? I got my paper on fancy today.
Right.
Right. I think I agree with what you guys are saying, that you do get to make choices. I think it is kind of iffy though.
Like double-edged sword.
It is, because you make a decision, and sometimes, like you say, it is a good thing. You're like, hey, this is what I should be doing. This is what I wanted to do. Other times you question yourself, but I think just being able to move,
like, why you ain't help me?
being able to move freely and kind of just do whatever works for you. Because sometimes you need to do that to keep going.
Yeah.
So
I think my other thing is living. Well, I don't live by myself because I got a family. But like living by yourself, you know what I mean? Like not having that person, like like you said, just do what you want.
Someone to tell you what to do.
Tell you what to do. Yes.
Yeah, because your partner can't tell you what to do. If I get up and I want to leave my laundry on the couch, he could be mad about it, but I'm gonna get him to do that shit when I'm ready. Like I try not to do that, but the reality is, again, that double-edged sword. The very thing I love, I don't do very often.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I would love to leave my laundry on the couch for a week until it's time to do the next set of laundry, and then just keep the cycle going.
Mm-hmm.
But because you have to be considerate of others, you tend not to always do what you want to do anyways. So that's why it's like I love it, but I hate it.
Ooh, my other thing is being able to teach my kids the shit that I went through as a kid, in order for them to not experience it. You know what I mean? I think that's the one thing I agree with.
You needed when you was a kid.
It's like, look,
I'm
a grown up. So, you know, like, I think that's one of the top things. It's like, when you see your kids, I'm a grown up, so listen to me. When you see your kids, like, doing better than you, that be like, dang. Because you like, I did that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I think about me when I was Yanni age.
We're not going to talk about
like,
that.
And baby, I just look at her and I'm just grateful. Anything she do is pleasing to me. Because she ain't doing half of the fuck what I was doing. She ain't working herself to the bone at 14, 15 years old. She ain't chasing little boys. Just the fucking up in school, fighting and shit. Like, she ain't doing all the stuff that we was doing at that age. So I feel like,
forgive me,
I can agree with her with that. I do like that part of being an adult and a mom at this point. Like, but just being able, because even like her friend come over and, I be giving her the game. It's not just my own kid I'm giving it to. I tell my kids what's real. Like, and by my kids, I mean the community kids, your kid, his kid, her kid, whoever. Like, I just tell them what's real, because I feel like I didn't have that growing up. The conversation be who you needed when you was younger. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is a rewarding part of being an adult.
Yeah. That was actually really
good. Was really good. Yeah, I can agree with that.
That was my good Gemini. That's like
okay. And
crazy.
Last question: if they made a movie of your life,
hey, the box office going crazy. No,
who would you want to play you, and who would you want to play your love interest?
Will and Jada. No, let me think about that.
If I died and came back, I would want to be
No.
Charles McCarthy.
Right, right.
No, no, I don't know. That's a good one. Like a celebrity?
Like, think about all the movies that you watched and their acting and kind of what you see, you know, how they portray themselves or whatever when they playing movies.
I think I would want Gabrielle Union to be me. Just because I don't know, I love her. And I feel like, you know, like for as hood as I can be, like there is that, you know, professional side of me. So I feel like she carries both. Because her real life is, she got hood moments, but she still knows how to be professional.
Right.
So I would want somebody like Gabrielle Union to be me. My love interest, though, like, are we talking about like in resemblance to where I am now, or just like?
Stupid.
No.
Like, who would be the actor that would come?
Who would
into
be
play?
the actor, that would come and play a person in your life? Who would that be?
I don't know.
I really do think it would be Will and Jada. And the only reason why is because, first of all,
The
that's
spiritual place.
yeah, that, and then I think like their relationship, even though they had a little entanglement in between, I think that they really love each other, and I think that would be a good couple to play. I mean, yeah.
I don't know who I would pick for a guy. I guess I would choose Will, because Gabrielle Union. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, that's
no,
funny.
no, I'm just
So
playing.
hard.
Burn. No, it's
Who
fine.
I would choose as a love, and for a man, it's a lot of cornball celebrity stars. Like, so I just don't know. Like, he would have to have like, probably like Lance Gross.
Really?
Probably Lance Gross.
I can see you doing that.
Because he got the sauce too. Like, he got the professional. He can do the hood. You know, he could do both. So I would probably choose him, but not in Temptation, because that was way too far south. I don't mind me and my husband a little bit.
Right.
No, but yeah, I think like I would choose Lance Gross probably.
What about you?
I think I would choose. I don't think I know her name. Regina. Is it Regina Hall?
Yes, that's her name.
Oh, from Think Like a Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think I would pick her because she's all around. You know,
I like
what
her.
you're gonna get.
I like her.
So
She'll let your
at
ass
one
have
point,
Yeah.
right? She'll go off. She's loving. She'll be one of everything. And I think for the male role, I think Morris Chestnut could be there.
I knew that. I knew that one.
If that's the case,
Tank
give
is
me
an
Michael
actor
B.
too,
Jordan,
though,
okay?
The Tank he is
Give me Tank is an actor
If
too.
that's the case, give me Michael B.
But-
Jordan.
No.
Great to my who you attract.
Oh, my
But
bad.
no, I like Morris Chestnut as far as
So then who would you say
for
for us? Like, who would you think will be good at playing?
I would say like Lenny Kravitz Fairman.
I would pick.
Lenny Kravitz.
I don't know her husband's name, but your love, it like, if it had to play something and I had to pick somebody who I would think you were attracted to,
For me or her?
for Ash.
Okay.
Look at me. I want to know this one.
Denise from the Huxtables. What's her husband's name?
Yes, I love him.
You know the
Aquaman. I don't know his real name.
I don't know, but he's got the long hair.
Oh,
yeah.
What's her name?
Her Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet's husband.
Yeah.
I might just pick them too.
Them two would be perfect.
Yeah, I probably would for her.
But I love her. Though.
That would be good.
I
That would
love
be
her
good.
husband. I'm glad you said that because I sure thought about him too.
For you, did you pick Gabrielle?
I think Gabrielle Union.
I can see that.
I don't really know who I would pick for you.
You know, to be honest, to act for her, I would pick Taraji P. I would. You know why? Because she plays both parts too. Where
She
she
does.
plays
She does.
professional, but she's a motherfucking riot. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's this one here. I think she would be
She
good.
could be, yeah.
I think she would be good playing her. Oh, man wise, I don't really know. That's different.
Right.
Because I picked a good man.
Yeah, you pick somebody who I would think Lance Gross would. I would put him for her.
Yeah.
Somebody like that.
Somebody like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking of the
yeah.
men in the industry.
Him
I would
or-
definitely put.
The one that played ATL, Esquire.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like how he acts.
I like him
He
too.
cuts up.
Yep, I like him too.
You need somebody to cut up with
Who
you.
would I pick for you?
Oh, for T.
Or for Ash, whoever.
I think Ash is fine. It would be either Will and Jada or them. Like, they need to be, like,
Yeah,
that's
right.
Ash.
Yeah, right.
And not even like look wise.
No, yeah.
But for you, I think I would pick.
No shit.
I had to make it very clear, not look wise. But for you, I think I would pick either Angela Bassett or the mom off What's Love Got to Do with It, because when they are in that
Miss Loretta.
because you're such a mama, you know what I'm saying? Like you somebody mama, you're not meant to
I
be
can
like
see that.
a regular whatever,
Yeah,
you know.
I can see that.
And for a man, I would choose somebody like
She about to play too much.
No, I'm not. No, I really am not about to play too much. I personally would choose somebody like Denzel, and the only reason I say that is because he got. I mean, you got the hood side, and then you have the professional side, and then you have the crazy side. And I feel like he can channel into all of that, and I think he would be good. So that's who I would choose.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not Miss Loretta. She knew he going off.
Yeah, because she's like gonna bring it all
Yeah.
in. But look who you Tandis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some shit you
So
would do.
like,
for
you
sure.
know, like I just
agree.
feel like that would be good for you. Yeah, that would be good.
That's
Don't do too
good.
much.
Yeah, them would be some good ones. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think though for men, I don't know. Cause I go back and forth with the men for you. Like I feel like for as spiritual, you know, as she comes with, like I think I would have to choose like Omarion. He got the earring, he got the hair.
Put him in there.
Like I feel like I would put like Jada and Omarion.
Oh.
Don't give
Like-
her another young one. That's like,
Well, I wouldn't choose
But it
August.
could have been her entanglement.
You can
'cause,
choose
know what I'm
August for
saying?
me though.
She had to reach
I
in.
take him.
She
We
had to
can
reach
entangle.
out and touch him
No.
and get him together.
Right.
So.
But yeah, I feel like those two, because just like how Ashley's just
Yeah,
kind of
but-
so whatever, and he's like matching that energy. I would choose them to be her love interest.
but you know what? I feel like I'm trying to think for you because I really don't know.
So I don't have a type.
You really don't.
I don't.
You mean
really
men?
don't. Men. I was thinking for men.
Put Suge Knight because I need a bully. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me with Suge Knight.
Girl,
No,
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 Suge Knight.
I'm just playing.
Oh, oh.
No, I think T picked
Lance Gross is like the only one I could really think of, like industry wise, that would come in and seem like
Yeah.
the energy with acting would be
Yeah.
like a love interest. Like I think,
Yeah.
yeah, we could get it popping.
That was a good question.
Y'all, how your people
Well,
call
that's
my
all I
people?
had.
Right. I
Well,
can play
this
my
was
own
really
part of
good.
Mario. Could be there. That's like.
All right, Jada. Entanglement. You and Otis gonna go sit at the table. Girl, it's time to end this. All right, y'all, and that's a wrap.
Sit back, relax, enjoy this conversation. Triple dose, yeah, we playing on your station. Pick a topic, we're having raw conversations. Sometimes we be so lost in the translation. Laughing, joking, but you know what we're saying. Kick back, relax, your video is playing.